Welcome to Movement and Function. Today I'm excited to bring you my favorite exercises for persistent postural perceptual dizziness, or 3PD for short. In this video, I will show you exercises with modifications and progressions, and share some recommendations to help decrease your symptoms without making you miserable along the way. I'm including quite a few exercises in this video because I want it to be thorough. But when you get started, I suggest breaking this program into multiple sessions with rest breaks. These exercises are meant to stimulate your vestibular system and strengthen other systems that help to support your vestibular system. For that reason, you'll likely feel dizzier during the exercises. Knowing that you'll likely feel a little bit worse during these exercises can produce some anxiety, but it doesn't have to. Throughout this video, I'll give you suggestions for ways to make the exercises more comfortable so that you can get the most benefit out of this program with the least amount of discomfort. Before beginning the exercises every session, rate your baseline dizziness at rest. And then set a threshold for how dizzy you are willing to get during the exercise program. This can be very helpful so that you feel like you are in control of your symptoms. You can rate your dizziness on any scale that makes sense for you. You can choose 1 to 5, 1 to 10, or simply low, medium, and high. Think of this like watching a movie and setting a threshold for how loud you're willing to let the sound get. As you are doing the exercises, think of holding on to that remote control. And when your dizziness rises above the threshold, then you're going to turn the volume of your dizziness down by simply stopping the exercises. Find a comfortable place to rest and do some diaphragmatic breathing until your dizziness decreases back down to baseline, or until it's at a level where you feel you can tolerate returning to the exercises. Or you can simply rest and pick up where you left off at the next session. Let's get started with the exercises. Rate your current baseline dizziness and then set your threshold level for this exercise session. The first thing we'll do is a seated body scan with diaphragmatic breathing. Sit comfortably on a supportive surface with your legs straight out in front of you. Don't cross your knees during these exercises. Make sure your feet are firmly flat on the floor. All right, and just let your arms rest comfortably. Let's do a quick posture correction. Starting from your base, make sure your pelvis is in neutral alignment, not tipped too far forward and not slouched back. You should have a slight arch in your low back. Moving up your spine, lift your chest and relax your shoulder blades down and back. Do a little bit of a chin tuck. Starting the body scan from our feet all the way up to our head, focus on the tips of your toes. Wiggle them just slightly. Notice any feelings or any sensations you have in your toes right now. Notice their temperature, if there's a presence of any pain, discomfort, ache, or if they feel comfortable and relaxed. And moving up to your ankles, the same thing. Notice their temperature, presence of any pain or any other sensation, or do they feel relaxed and at ease? Moving up your leg, focus on your calves and then the front of your leg. Then move up to your knees. Each time, just pause in that location, notice what you're feeling there. Continue moving up to your thighs and then into your hips, then move into your pelvis, the front and the back. Notice where you're sitting. Is your weight even on the left and the right side, or are you leaning a little bit? See if you can even that out to where you feel equal weight bearing on your left side and your right side. And then move up to your waist around your belly button. What sensations do you feel there? Are you breathing comfortably? Do you notice any tightness or restriction in your breathing or in your belly? See if you can just gently relax your whole abdominal area. And now move up to your chest and the sternum and through your mid-back. Notice your breathing in that area. Do you feel like you can take a full deep breath, or do you feel a bit restricted? See if you can relax that area. Continuing up to the top part of your chest, your shoulder blades, all the way to the edge of your neck. Again, notice any achiness, discomfort, tightness, or do you feel already relaxed and at ease through that area? Now move down your arms from the top of your shoulders into the tops of your arms, down through the elbows, then into the forearms, into your wrists, and finally into your hands, your palms, and the tips of your fingers. Notice any sensation in those areas. And then let's move up into your head. So starting at the base of your neck, move up your neck into the base of your skull. Do you notice any tension, tightness there, or does it feel relaxed and comfortable? Now as you move up into your head and face, let's take that one section at a time. Gently relax your jaw, relax your mouth and your lips. Then relax, wiggle your nose a little bit, relax your cheeks, soften your eyes, and then soften your forehead. Notice if you feel any tightness or any tension in your forehead. Just see if you can relax that a little bit. Now let's finish at the crown of your head. If you have any tension, tightness, ache, or discomfort in your head, see if you can release that right out through the top of your head. And if not, that's just fine too. The purpose of the body scan is to simply notice where you might be holding any tension or tightness. Now moving on to the diaphragmatic breathing. Sit with tall and comfortable posture with your shoulder blades relaxed. And place one hand on your chest and the other hand on your belly. You can also place both hands on your belly, one just above the other. That's where I'm going to place my hands today because I don't want my hand on my chest to disrupt the microphone. Try both hand positions and see what feels most comfortable for you. We'll breathe in through the nose for a count of 2, out through the mouth for a count of 4. Choose your own pace here. I'll demonstrate what feels comfortable for me, but you might feel more comfortable breathing a little faster or a little slower. Let's do 10 breaths. So breathe in for 2, out through the mouth 4, in through the nose 2, out through the mouth 4. Continue that pattern for 10 breaths. All right, now when you're finished, just shake your hands out, do a little shoulder roll. Now with all of these exercises, it can be very helpful to focus on where your feet are resting on the ground. Feeling grounded and centered can be very helpful for diminishing any feelings of dizziness or discomfort with these exercises. So as you begin, wiggle your toes a little bit and just notice how your feet feel and where they are connected to the ground right now. The next exercise is a seated head turn. On your next exhale, turn your head to the right, pause, and then come back to the center as you inhale. Now turn your head to the left, exhale, and inhale, come back to the center. Continue alternating right and left head turns, 20 repetitions, or as many as you feel comfortable doing. Gradually build up session by session. As you practice this more and more, experiment with increasing the speed of your movement. Once you're able to perform 20 repetitions left and right at about medium speed, then progress the exercise to closing your eyes. So again, starting with good posture, noticing where your feet are touching the ground. Close your eyes, and as you exhale, turn your head to the right. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, turn your head to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Now you'll notice that I'm recommending exhaling as you turn and inhaling as you come back to the center. As you increase the speed of your movement, that breathing pattern might not feel very comfortable. Feel free to adjust it. You might find that you're exhaling as you turn to the right, inhaling as you turn to the left. The most important thing is that you're not holding your breath and that you are conscious of your breathing pattern. A further progression of the head turn is to perform it standing. So you'll stand with your feet a comfortable distance apart and perform the same head turn with your eyes open and then with your eyes closed as you're able to make that progression. The first time you do that exercise standing, be sure that you're standing next to a countertop or something sturdy for a little bit of balance support. As you get more and more comfortable with it, then you can take your hand off of that support and perform the exercise just freestanding. Each of these progressions might take a few days, up to a few weeks, or even a few months. Listen to your body, progress as you're able. It's also normal to feel that you're able to progress on certain days, and then you might hit a wall and need to back off and modify the exercises to make them a little bit easier for a day or two. The next exercise is diagonals, starting with tall posture with a little bit of a chin tuck. Now look up to the right and down to the left. Continue up to the right, down to the left. 20 repetitions. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Start by exhaling on the diagonal up and inhaling on the diagonal down. If that's comfortable for you, continue with that pattern. If that feels too fast or slow, adjust accordingly. Now after 20 repetitions, or as many as you can do to start with, in one diagonal direction, then switch. So now we'll go upper left, lower right, upper left, lower right. Once you're able to do 20 repetitions with your eyes open, comfortably at about a medium speed, then close your eyes. So I'll start with tall posture, a little bit of a chin tuck, close your eyes, and same thing, upper right, lower left diagonal. Continue upper right, lower left. After 20 repetitions, then switch to upper left and lower right. And continue this diagonal for 20 repetitions. The next exercise is a 180-degree turn, progressing to a 360-degree turn. Standing with tall posture, feet a comfortable distance apart, we'll start by stepping out to the side and turning your head all the way to the left. So we'll turn and step to the left, and then bring your leg back to the center and immediately turn all the way to the right, and turn your head to the right. Come back to the center. Continue alternating left and right side 10 times, or as many repetitions as you can do to start with. Start with a slow pace, then increase your speed. So it might start with just a small step and a small head turn at a slow pace. As you build up confidence, then begin to move a little quicker. And continue alternating sides. When you're able to do 10 repetitions at a medium to quick pace, then progress to the 360-degree turn. Start with tall posture, feet comfortable distance apart, and we're simply going to step in a circle. So turn your head as you move your body around in a circle. Do one circle to one side and then switch sides. And continue alternating right circle with a left circle. Start with slow pace and gradually increase your speed as you feel more and more comfortable. I suggest standing next to a countertop for extra balance support the first few times you do this, until you build up better confidence and you feel your balance is good and strong enough without additional support. Next up is a walking exercise for depth perception. If you perform this exercise inside, choose a long hallway or a long space in a room where you can look out a window. Stand on one end of the room looking out the window, so you're looking out in the distance as far as possible. Take a couple of steps and then look down at an item close to you. Look at that item for a couple steps and then look back up and out the window. After a couple of steps, then look the other direction at an item close to you, and then look up out at the window. So it's hard, I'm not able to demonstrate that here in my studio, but looking at you, what this might look like is as I'm walking, I will be looking out the window, like I'm looking at you, and then I'll look down at something close to me, and then I'll look up out the window again. I'll look to the other side at an item closer to me, and then out the window. And then back to the left, maybe something at eye height, at head height, and out the window. And then something on the floor, and then out the window. So vary the objects, the targets that you're looking at. You want them to be close to you and farther away, and you want them at different levels, on the floor, all the way up to eye height. I wouldn't choose to look up toward the ceiling or up really high as you're walking, because you're more than likely going to lose your balance. So keep it at about eye level at the highest. A great progression with this exercise is to do it with your feet in tandem stance, heel toe, one foot in front of the other, or to do this side stepping. So you'll be stepping to the side as you're looking out the window and at the item close to you. Experiment with this. The goal is for you to be able to find a place in your environment where you can practice depth perception. This will help you prepare to be in busier environments with a lot of things going on in the background and not get as dizzy. In addition to these exercises, I recommend a moderate overall exercise program. Cardiovascular training, including walking, swimming, or biking, is excellent for overall health, to help with decreasing stress levels and improve breathing. All of that can be helpful for 3PD as well. 2 days of strength training is also very helpful for overall health. Great options include Pilates or strength training using resistance bands or free weights. And finally, I recommend 1 or 2 days a week of specific balance and breathing exercises. Great options include yoga, tai chi, or qigong. You might also find some great videos on my channel for strengthening, flexibility, balance, and breathing. I've included links down below in the description with some recommendations, but also check out my entire catalog of videos and see what might work best for you. Now that's all for the exercises in this video. I want to share some recommendations for making this program more manageable for you. Any increase in symptoms that you feel during the exercises should decrease back to your baseline within about 20 minutes of finishing the session. If the increase in your symptoms lasts longer than that, then you're pushing too hard. Back off. Decrease your repetitions, decrease the speed of movement, or decrease the overall number of exercises that you're doing at a time. Taking more rest breaks might be helpful, as well as adjusting that threshold that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Another great option is to start the exercises in the evening instead of in the morning so that you can rest and go to bed after finishing them, instead of having to continue on with the rest of your day. I recommend starting this program with 1 session a day. If that feels comfortable for you, then add a second session and then a third, up to about 5 sessions a day. Again, feel free to break up the program, performing a few exercises at a time at different times of the day, if that feels more tolerable for you. Shoot for daily performance of these exercises, but feel free to take a day off now and then. If you know you're going to have a really busy day with errands, social activity, or doing things outside that you know will involve a lot of stimulating, busy backgrounds and environments, then definitely take that day off of these exercises and give yourself credit for working on your vestibular rehab program while you're just living your daily life in those busy environments. Furthermore, sleep, nutrition, hydration, stress management, and lifestyle management are all really important components of treating 3PD. Now, all of those topics are far beyond the scope of this video here, but be sure to address those as part of your overall well-rounded treatment program for 3PD. I hope you find these exercises helpful for reducing your symptoms associated with 3PD and to help you get back to doing the things you love to do every single day. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click the thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Here's to your healing, health, and happiness. Have a fantastic day.